We live in an era when air rifles are no longer just backyard toys. Modern pre-charged pneumatic systems, regulated big bore designs, and innovative propulsion choices like disposable nitrogen cartridges have turned airguns into serious tools for pest control, small and large game hunting, and even competitive shooting. In this project, I'm not just listing numbers. I'll describe how each rifle feels to shoulder, how intuitive the controls are, how consistent the shot-to-shot performance is in real-world scenarios, and where each model sits on the value spectrum. Expect crisp descriptions of velocity, muzzle energy, reservoir capacity, ergonomics, noise suppression features, and magazine or feeding systems, paired with frank commentary about weaknesses and what kind of shooter will benefit most from each platform. Starting with the FX Impact, this rifle is my top pick for a true crossover that handles small game and predator work with equal confidence. Objectively, the Impact comes in a modular bullpup form with a removable 480cc carbon fiber air bottle that can be charged to around 3,600 psi, a quick side lever action, and the ability to swap barrels, magazines, and probes to tune the gun from .22 for rabbits to .30 for predators. Subjectively, it feels balanced and confidence-inspiring. The stock geometry and AR-style pistol grip make follow-up shots fast. The side lever is tactile and reliable, and the quick barrel swaps genuinely change the rifle's personality in the field. Pros are accuracy, modularity, and exceptionally flexible configuration options. The main con is that top configurations push the price into a premium bracket and demand accessories to get the most out of the platform. Expect street prices to vary widely by configuration, commonly ranging from the mid to high thousands for fully optioned units, with basic builds starting lower. Next is the Hatsan Sniper L, a purpose-built long-range air rifle designed for heavy pellets and slugs, with an emphasis on quiet operation. On paper, it features a long steel barrel surrounded by a shrouded suppressor, a built-in regulator, accessory rails that let you outfit it for tactical or hunting work. In use, the Sniper L feels deliberate. The combination of barrel length and regulator yields consistent, high-energy shots, and the shroud noticeably cuts perceived report. Its strengths are long-range capability and muted sound. Its weaknesses are size, weight, and the fact that a rifle built around high energy and heavy projectiles demands premium optics and mounts. Pricing for rifles in this class tends to be premium. Plan on paying accordingly for a complete long-range package. The Umarex Complete NCR is one of the more innovative entries because it abandons traditional CO2 or pumped air systems in favor of disposable nitrogen cartridges. Objectively, the system delivers very consistent performance, lower residue in the action, and claims of roughly 900 plus FTS velocities with sustained high-velocity shot counts per cartridge. Subjectively, this is a great option for shooters who want easy logistics. Change a cartridge, and you're back to shooting with no bulky hand pump or compressors. Pros include user-friendliness, clean operation, and a low entry price MSRP, around $199.99 for the kit, and cartridge 2-packs for about $24.99, while cons include ongoing cartridge consumable costs and somewhat limited aftermarket tuning compared with PCP systems. The Benjamin Bulldog is the compact big-bore concept done well. A 5-shot, side-lever magazine rifle with a 340cc reservoir charged to about 3,000 psi, a long rifled barrel, and integrated sound suppression. In practice, the Bulldog is remarkably shootable for a big bore. It tucks into a small package, cycles smoothly, and accepts big projectiles from slugs to air bolts. I find it deceptively light for what it can do, and the included rails make mounting optics and bipods straightforward. The Bulldog's pros are portability, repeatable magazine feeding, and genuine big game capability in legal jurisdictions. The cons are the need for robust projectiles and the typically limited shot count per fill compared to large bottle systems. expect to sit in the mid to upper price tier for big bore air guns. The Umarex Zos, sold in 22 and 25 calibers in the transcript, is a bullpup PCP with a 3,625 psi tank, adjustable regulator, two-stage trigger, and generous magazine capacity. The 22 model ships with an auto-indexing 20-round rotary magazine and the 25 with an 18-round unit. Objectively, the Zos melds long barrel length into a compact package and reports around 1100 FTS for 22 and about 1000 FTS for 25, with muzzle energies near the mid-20s to mid-30s FTLBS, depending on caliber. Subjectively, it's a shooter's rifle for plinking, pest control, and light hunting. It's fast to mount, fast to shoot, and the magazine system keeps follow-ups easy. Pros are value, high shot count, and fast follow-ups. Cons include that the bullpup layout can be polarizing for some shooters who prefer a traditional stock, and maintenance on bullpup PCP plumbing can be a little more fiddly. MSRP figures cited in the transcript placed both Zos models around $599, which makes them attractive on a value basis. The FX Dynamic is the hunting-focused sibling to FX's competition rifles and represents a significant step up in available power, with configurations that include a 35 option capable of roughly 200 FTLBs of energy. Objectively, the Dynamic family offers multiple ways to carry air rear bottle, double bottles, AR-style front bottle, ARCA rail accessories and MLOK sections, and a host of barrel and caliber options. In the field, the Dynamic feels like a hard-charging hunting rifle. Plenty of onboard air for multiple high-energy shots, refined ergonomics borrowed from FX's competition experience, and excellent barrel trigger packages. Strengths are extreme configurability and big game capability in the 35.30 families. Weaknesses are complexity for the newcomer and the expense of fully equipped setups. Expect Dynamic builds to be priced in the premium hunting airgun segment. The Norica Veratus 2.0 BP is notable for practical adjustability and an accessible price point. Objectively, it offers a power adjustment slot on the barrel end, a regulator for consistent velocities, and an attractive ambidextrous beechwood bullpup stock. In use, the Veratus performs consistently. The external power adjustment lets you tune the rifle to a particular pellet or hunting situation without needing complex disassembly. Pros include situation without needing complex disassembly. Pros include user-friendly features, classic ergonomics, and good regulator performance. Cons are that it's not the lightest option and that extreme long-range performance is limited compared to the highest-end PCPs. This is a solid mid-range hunting and target option. The Umarex Gauntlet family started as a value leader, and the G2 variants pushed power and shot count even further, including a 30 caliber big bore SL variant capable of very high muzzle energy. Objectively, the Gauntlet G2 features regulated HPA supply, integrated rails, adjustable hammer spring, and multi-shot magazines in some variants. When you shoulder a Gauntlet, it feels like a rifle that aimed hard at giving maximum performance for each dollar. Strong shot energy, straightforward ergonomics, and modularity for upgrades. Pros are outright value and big bore capability for the price. Cons include that the G2 upgrades can sometimes outpace the stock moderator and ergonomics if you want a totally refined hunting gun. For shooters looking for bang for buck in the big bore world, the Gauntlet family is hard to ignore. The AirForce Texan is an industry mainstay in big bore air guns, and the LSS 50CF variant represents the high power end with a reported 490cc tank at 250 bar, moving heavy slugs at velocities that can produce roughly 800 FTLBs in top setups. Objectively, the Texan is straightforward, strong, and configurable. Subjectively, it feels like a purpose-built slug driver that rewards attention to projectile selection and solid mounting hardware. Pros are unmatched big bore power in many configurations and excellent barrel trigger quality. Cons are the bulk, need for careful shot placement, and the logistical reality of heavy projectiles and limited shot counts per fill at the highest power levels. The Texan is priced accordingly and is a considered purchase for serious big game airgun hunters. The Umarex Primex is the budget-friendly gas piston brake barrel aimed at casual shooters, youth, and pest control. Objectively, it is a gas piston system that avoids the typical spring piston quirks and can be left cocked safely for long periods. It ships with fiber optic sights and a basic Forks 32 scope, and despite the low price, it offers respectable velocity figures suitable for small game. Subjectively, it's a pleasant starter rifle, light, rugged, and forgiving. Pros are affordability, low maintenance, and hybrid value for new shooters. Cons are that ultimate accuracy and power ceiling are below what a tuned PCP can deliver. Expect street prices under $200 for many Primex configurations, making it an easy recommendation for beginners. The Umarex PSGON variant mentioned in the transcript is a licensed recreation of the iconic PSGON design, but adapted into a large format airgun with a gas blowback system and realistic ergonomics. Objectively, it's about realism, with stamped steel receivers, realistic furniture, and enlarged reinforced internal mechanism for reliable operation. Experientially, it's a conversation piece and a realistic training tool for shooters who want the feel of a full-sized precision rifle without live fire costs. Pros are authenticity and unique appeal. Cons are that it occupies a niche between collectibles and practical hunting rifles, and that gas blowback systems demand specific maintenance and gas considerations. Rounding out the list, I'll include 3 platform variants and specialty entries that appeared across the content. The FX Panthera, a competition-oriented predecessor to the dynamic, the Benjamin Air Venturi airbolt system that pairs with big bores like the Bulldog for aero-style hunting, and an FX Dynamic Express variant that balances bottle placement for different field uses. The Panthera is a precision-first rifle that feels surgical at the bench, and in competition, the airbolt systems transform certain big bores into arrow shooters capable of hunting where legal, and the Dynamic Express variants give you choices about onboard air volume versus handling. Each of these entries points to the larger truth the transcript emphasizes. Modern airguns are a spectrum, from inexpensive, reliable pest controllers to highly specialized, high-energy hunting rifles. Across these 15 platforms, the objective metrics that matter most are reservoir capacity and working pressure, regulator presence and consistency, barrel quality, caliber choices, muzzle energy, and feeding system. Subjectively, what I care about as a reviewer is how the rifle feels over a day of shooting, how quickly I can get a second or third shot on target, how quiet the platform is in realistic conditions, and how forgiving the system is when the ideal pellet or setup isn't available. Value judgments depend on the intended use. A Primex or Zeos gives enormous value for pest control and casual shooting. The Impact and Panthera family excel where accuracy and modularity are paramount, and the Bulldog, Gauntlet, Texan, and certain FX Dynamic builds represent serious hunting and big bore capability that approach firearm level performance in the right hands.